Good morning. This is Perspective. I'm Celeste Barani, and this morning our guests are from Furniture Friends. John Doré, the Operations Director. Good morning.
Good morning, Celeste.
And Jen McAdoo. She's the Volunteer Coordinator. How are you, Jen?
Great. Thanks for having us here today, Celeste.
Furniture Friends is located in Portland, and they are dedicated to acquiring and delivering donated furniture to people in need throughout Greater Portland. And people who are involved in this include recently homeless people, new immigrants, refugees, people with chronic illnesses and disabilities, veterans and longtime Mainers who've fallen upon hard times. And have you found the need for this growing over the years?
Yeah, that's one thing I wanted to say is that the need seems to be unending. It's a complex thing to acquire furniture and then, store it creatively in a very small warehouse space, then deliver it to all these people. And it's a never-ending process. You get done with a set of deliveries, right away you have to go out and pick up more furniture to replenish your stock and then set up more deliveries. Things that are happening in the city right now, we just don't know where that demand is going, but most likely it's still going to be going up for us. So,
how does this affect your clients' lives?
Well, we like to say that we're delivering a lot more than just furniture. When we bring in items like a bed, you walk into a bare bedroom and children are sleeping on just blankets on the floor, and you see a couple toys, but that's it. And you just know that the twin beds that you're delivering to these families allow those kids to get a better night's sleep and then to better reach their full potential at school. And something as simple as a dining table for a family. If you think about your lives and how you sit around that dining table, it's a calming routine to have the nightly meal and homework sessions around that dining table. But these families don't have that. Their lives can be scattered because they just don't have these things that bring them together as a nucleus, each night. A simple piece of furniture can mean a whole lot more to people who have very little.
Right, and somebody who's going through chemotherapy to have a chair that's comfortable to sit in when they get home at the end of the day, or somebody who is disabled. It really is serving a much greater purpose than just furnishing a home. It's bringing a comfort and a grounding to a home, I think.
Yeah. And for people who have been homeless for so long, just a couple nice pieces of furniture can bring a pride of ownership to them. They've had so little for so long that all of a sudden they have a nice piece, And
what are the reactions you get?
Oh, the reactions are something, and that's I think what really drives us all the time is that every now and then something happens that just makes you go home and tell your family. And I wanted to tell you of one that was just kind of unexpected, that me and an immigrant helper were delivering to a grandma, and she was taking care of her daughter's child. And, we started delivering and we realized, well, okay, this is pretty important because the little boy, an infant, doesn't have a crib. And the mom didn't have a bed, and the grandma didn't have a bed. We finished our delivery, and the grandma just started crying, and she hugged both of us, the immigrant volunteer and myself, and told us that her daughter's husband had died in a car accident about, I think it was 6 months earlier, and they were just having a tough time because he had, been the one going out and working, and all of a sudden the mom had to go out and work, and the grandma was sleeping on the couch, and the mom was sleeping on the floor with the baby,
Right.
Just too much. There was just a release of emotion from her. And we realized that, not only are we helping to rebuild lives, but we're also helping to restore hope in people.
Right, that was turning a corner for them, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's wonderful. And how do people don't sign up on their own. Where do you get your referrals for people who need furniture?
The referrals come to us via over 60 social service providers that we work with throughout the greater Portland area. Doctors' offices, hospitals, schools, churches. And those organizations do a basic needs assessment, determine that a family lacks the resources to be able to purchase furniture on their own. And through our website, we receive those referrals and then visit the clients in their homes to assess their actual furniture needs and make sure we can get it into their building. And then we set up teams of volunteers to deliver the furniture. We don't do a needs assessment. We're assuming that the social service agencies that we work with do that part. And so there is no bar, really. It's anybody lacking the resources to be able to purchase furniture on their own.
Okay. As a volunteer coordinator, what are your biggest needs right now for volunteers?
Well, we always need volunteers to help us move the furniture and deliver it on a regular basis. And as John indicated earlier, the needs in the community are pretty significant. So to have the volunteer power to be able to get that furniture out to people in need, we are always looking for strong bodies to help us deliver furniture.
Yeah, I think it's important to add that we really are just 2 part-time staff members, and so we can't do it on our own. The organization is driven by volunteers.
Yeah, absolutely. And I was looking at some of the other volunteer opportunities. You know, you have everything from truck mechanics to help maintain trucks at a reasonable rate or even for free. Can you do them a solid and offer your mechanical services? People to pick up trucks and translators. That must be a big part of what you're doing.
Absolutely. There are a variety of ways for people to get involved with Furniture Friends beyond just moving furniture. Because our staffing is so thin, we have a variety of needs that include helping to communicate with the people that we serve. So making sure critical documents are in native languages like French or Arabic, sometimes helping us in orientations with volunteers who don't speak English as their first language. We also have needs for administrative support, help with our database and office work. So depending on people's level of interest and their availability, there are lots of ways to connect with Furniture Friends, and I invite folks who are interested to do so.
And for people who are going through their spring cleaning and they're finding furniture pieces that they've decided to pass on, how would they get in touch with you and make the donation?
Well, we like to use our website. It's FurnitureFriendsPortland.org, and go on to the website, and under Furniture Donations, there's a tab there. You just fill out the form and send it to us, and then it'll get on our database, and we'll contact you and set up some sort of a pickup of the furniture. We focus on furniture essentials, things that can really make a empty apartment a home after we've delivered. So beds and dining room tables, dining room chairs, couches, dressers, newer cribs. We don't take older cribs.
Right.
Yeah. Assorted small tables, coffee tables, end tables, and bedside tables to kind of fill out a bedroom or a living room for people.
And what happens after the furniture is dropped off on your end? You've got a warehouse space.
Yeah.
And I heard you were looking for a larger warehouse space. How's that going?
Well, our warehouse space is only 1,500 square feet, and if you can picture that, that's not very much. And so we're really kind of vertically storing things. It's just creative storage, and there's a lot of moving in and moving out of furniture. But really, we would love to have more than twice that much space based on our demand and the need for things. Some of our pickups are extremely large pickups from high-end hotels and stuff like that. So we'll bring in 60 mattresses at once, and we'll have no space for anything else. We really do need more warehouse space, and that's a call out to whoever may be able to donate or, low rent to an organization that's just doing good work like this.
You guys do such amazing work. I've had several phone conversations with John, and I'm always so impressed. You're always running out the door. You're like, oh, I'm going to pick up 60 mattresses here, and I'm doing this, and and you're so busy. And I think, wow, I hope you have enough volunteers and enough support. And so, with this show, I hope that we'll find more volunteers, and I hope that we can get some creative ideas for another space for them, too. So if you're listening right now and you have an idea, please feel free to get in touch with us at one of our Town Square Media Portland stations. I'm looking at some of the things that, and just to put things in perspective, that you don't accept because they're not essential. And things that I think of as being essential. TVs, appliances, bedding. There's just no space in your storage for these things. And I'm sure that, given enough room, it would be fantastic to gift these families with bedding to go with the mattresses.
Yeah. Our dream is to be able to expand into all those different services. We don't have the space right now.
Right.
And if we did, it would be so nice to, just what you said, we could provide pots and pans. We're providing some of the major furniture, but they still don't have pots and pans or bedding, and so these things are down in the horizon. I hope that we'll be able to expand into that once we get into a larger space. And of course, we still need the volunteers to help us do all this stuff, because it would be really nice to partner with some of the churches and others to help us actually sort these items too, these smaller items, So that's all something that we're thinking of in the future.
And I wanted to say congratulations to you too, because not only are you do-gooding and giving people homes and comfort and hope, but you're also keeping a lot of things out of our landfills by taking these donations. And so you won a very cool award, Overall Business Nonprofit Eco Excellence Award by Eco Maine, for your work in acquiring so much furniture from donors that may otherwise have entered the waste stream and putting it back into good use by delivering it to people in need last year. And I was looking through what 2 part-time employees donated last year at the bottom of the page. Could you read that for me? Because I was incredibly impressed.
Well, this comes from 225 different pickups that we did of furniture, and that equates to 388 beds, 216 dining tables, 465 dining chairs, 130 couches, 94 lounge chairs, 92 dressers, and 250 other assorted pieces of furniture.
It's amazing.
For us, we were just really proud and happy to receive this award. For me, I come from a resource management background, actually. I graduated in renewable natural resources, so it's like coming back full circle and realizing, hey, the work that we're doing is actually helping out a huge amount in this realm too. It was a great honor. It was really nice. Yeah.
Wonderful. And you have a business partner, Liberty Belt Moving and Storage, and they donate some of their time to you?
Well, these guys are professional movers, and so it really helps. Like when we went down to the Cliff House and got a bunch of mattresses, they went down and helped us move a ton of those mattresses for us, and they, their 2 guys can move stuff just like, so
nobody's
easily.
business. Yeah.
So they had mattresses on their backs, and they were carrying them in. In the middle of the month, they're available to us. When we get a big pickup or delivery, we ask them, and Liberty Bell comes through for us. It's really great.
That's
terrific. I'd like to thank them. Yep.
And you have a fundraiser coming up. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, one of the long-term partnerships that we've developed this year has been with the Falmouth High School Community Service Club. And that group of students has been awesome. I think over the course of the school year, they've probably engaged over 50 students in volunteering and helping to deliver furniture with Furniture Friends. But that wasn't enough for them. They wanted to do something more. So they have organized a spring benefit concert that will be held on Saturday, May 30th from 7 to 10 p.m. at Falmouth High School. And the proceeds will go to Furniture Friends. And specifically, they're hoping to raise money to help us purchase a pickup truck so that we can deliver mattresses more quickly, particularly to children in need. And so they were very motivated to help us achieve that goal, and we'll see how that goes on the 30th.
I'd like people to contact Jen if they in any way can form a crew of people, in their business, their service organization, or their church. Contact Jen through our website, FurnitureFriendsPortland.org, and go to the volunteer tab, sign up there, and it'll just help us get more work done.
And I'd also like to add that while the business of delivering furniture to people in need is very meaningful for the clients we serve, it's also proven to be very meaningful for the volunteers who help us do that work. It's very humbling to see the level of need in our community. We live in a fairly affluent city, and when you step into somebody's home, it's a fairly intimate experience. So to see children sleeping on floors, to see people sitting on their steps trying to have a family meal, it's very eye-opening. So to be a part of the process in delivering furniture, to have an immediate impact in somebody's lives is a very rewarding experience. So we've been fortunate to have groups that volunteer with us over and over again, and we look forward to working with other volunteers in the community.
Thank you so much for being with us today. We've been speaking with John Dore, Operations Director for Furniture Friends. Thank you, John.
Yep, thank you so much.
And Jennifer McAdoo, the Volunteer Coordinator.
Thanks, Celeste. We really appreciate being here.
I'm Celeste Barani, and you've been listening to Perspectives.